This video is brought to you by Zacco's Modding Company. Zacco's Modding Company makes amazing customized controllers at a great affordable price. They even have a limited edition Minecraft Builder 92 controller. Go to their website today and start making your own customized controller. That's zaccosmoddingcompany.com and go there and start making your own customized controller today. Hey, what's up everybody? SNipEz, and welcome back to How to Make a Stadium Part 2, and I just blew out the speaker there. But we can move on to Part 2. So, in Part 1, I gave you guys homework, which you guys better have done. Otherwise, you're going to get detention. I'm like the principal, so suck it. So, what we're going to do is, you might notice, right here, I made more of the stands. And some people might be saying, like, oh, why'd you do all this stuff off camera, man? I wanted to see how to do it. Blah, blah, blah. I really don't care because I'm not going to waste your guys' time with something that you guys learned how to do in Part 1. Again, a lot of it's just repetition. And so what I did was, I did the same thing down here, made another wall coming up, same pattern as the one down below, and then I made it with 5 things of cyan wool rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be the same height and basically the same as the level down below. So the reason I did that was to save you guys time, so we can get more done in the parts, and then you guys wanted to see me building stuff that we've already done in Part 1. So if you don't know how to do it, go check out Part 1. And so another question people were asking in Part 1 was, how big is the field? So from white line to white line, this is 50 blocks long, and then it is 25 blocks wide. So that's how big my field is, and that's not including the gray wool around it. I did put a layer of gray wool. There's 3 rows of it around the field. And so if you did want to know how big my stadium was, or the field is, that's how big it is. So the materials that we're going to need for this part, we're going to need some stone, cyan wool, stone bricks, brick stairs, diamond ore, gold ore, and then iron ore. For basically all the ores is basically like for the levels. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our ores. So we want to come to the middle of the field, wherever your middle of the field is, if you have a half line. And we're going to take out our diamond ore, and we're going to have it to where we have the entrance, just like this, using the diamond ore. And what you want to do is clear out this so you can actually walk through. You might notice that we don't have anything out here yet, but we will, so don't worry about that. Okay, so then what we want to do, well, if I can get through here, what you're going to use the bricks for and the brick stairs, you're going to use them for a pathway to get down to the seats. So what we're going to do is take out our brick, and we're going to replace the cyan wool right here with the stairs. So you can do this on every one. And then you might see the pattern already. Now we're going to get rid of the stone and replace it with the bricks. So now the pathway sticks out a little bit more. I usually don't like using bricks, but using bricks for this actually makes it look a little bit better in my opinion. And then I guess we could just do that here. Alright, so now we need to figure out where we want to have our next entrance into the stadium, because most stadiums don't just have one entrance. Like, okay, you may have one entrance, because then you're going to have people getting trampled and people getting dead. So what we're going to do is make our second entrance. Start right here. So I will count it off here in a second. Make another entrance. So let me count from over here after I take my swiftness. And I need to take some Dr. Pepper too. Ah, I love Dr. Pepper. Alright, so let's count this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then on the 17th block is where we placed our next piece of entrance. Now we're going to do the same thing, is replace the cyan wool with the stairs. As so. So do that. Now let's replace the stone with our bricks. Do it up here as well, and into the entrance. Alright, let's do the same thing on the other side now. Whew, I need to put my fan 20 towards me. Alright, let's make our next entrance over here. So the reason we're using ores, because ores are actually like perfect to use for this, because then you have like the diamond level, you have the gold level, and then you're going to have the iron level. Alright. And then one thing we might get to today in this part is making the underground area like for the locker rooms. We might get to that. So if you guys are looking forward to that, we might get to that as well. Alright, so now what we want to do is we want to go to the other side and do the exact same thing. So we are going to start it here. take out our diamond ore again. So like I said, each level is going to be labeled with an ore. So the level above this one, so that one right there, that one is going to be our gold level. And then the one above that is going to be our iron. Or if you want to call it like a nosebleed section, because that's usually what it's really called in real life. When you're like really high up in a stadium, it's called a nosebleed because you're so high up that your nose starts to bleed sometimes. And so you could use redstone if you want, but that's all up to you. Alright. And so some people, I read a couple comments, and some people are saying, oh, the stadium looks really square. Yes, it is square on the inside, but once we get to actually making the outside of it, it's actually going to be more like an oval. So if you're thinking it's too square, just wait until the end, when hopefully in part, I would probably say 3 or 4, we're going to start working on the outside. Next part 3, we're going to start working on the roof, because the roof is going to take some time, because the roof, I mean, I like to have my roof a certain way, so it might be different than what you guys want to do it. Again, this is your stadium, it all depends on what you want to do. So alright, so we're almost done with this. Now time for our bricks here. Alright, now we need to go to the ends of the stadium, and we're going to add some more stairs here as well. Why do my stairs look so weird? It's like it kind of looks like it's a corner stair when I place it down, but then it's snapping back to how it should be. Oh, I got rid of one. No, stair. No. Oh, God, he was so new. Alright, let's do this here. Okay. And then I guess we can just leave one on the ends for now. Let's do the same thing with this side over here. And then we'll be done with our first layer. Stair, stair. Yeah, it's like snapping to a corner stair. Huh. That's really weird. I've never noticed that before. I'm not sure why my Minecraft is doing that, and I just hit myself in the head trying to readjust my headphones. Oh man, I'm really bright these days. Man. School, what it will do for you. Oh, no. Alright, so let's see how it looks from a distance. So it's looking pretty good. That's why I really like using the bricks, because I feel like the bricks, for once, actually look good with something. Because I don't like using bricks at all, but for something like this, in my opinion, it actually looks pretty good. So what we're going to do, we're going to move up to the next level now. So the next level, we're going to keep the middle one in the same area. So we're going to still have one being directly in the middle of the field. And my swiftness ran out, so let's take some more of that. Huh. Now let's add our stairs. Let's do it again. So we're going to have to do it a little bit more this time since the layers up here are a little bit thicker and we have more rows. Now let's add our... Ah, come on. Really? I hate when I get rid of stuff I don't need to. Alright, let's place our bricks down again. Fill all of this up. Alright, so we could keep these in the same area, which actually might work out perfectly, so let's do that. Alright, so let's do the same thing. We're just going to keep everything the same from down below. Alright, now let's get rid of this crap. Brick. Stairs. Again, a lot of, like, making a stadium is a lot of repetition. Just because you're doing a lot of the same stuff. Because usually in the stadium, each side is sort of symmetrical. I won't say completely symmetrical. But for the most part, it looks the same on both sides. So a lot of it is just repetition. So, alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do this side right here, then we're going to move up to the next level. I said level really weird there. Alright. Oh, one thing I just noticed, I'm using diamond, I should be using gold. Whoops. Let's go through and replace these. I'm happy I caught that. Otherwise, there would have been a world of comments saying, oh, hey, man, you forgot the diamond ore, man. You really need to place that. Yeah. So you should go through and redo that. So I fixed it. Don't you guys worry. I hear you. You my homies. Dr. Pepper makes me all hyper inside. Dr. Pepper. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, let's add our... Oh, no, it's nighttime. I'm afraid of the nighttime. It's dark. Where's my nightlight? Alright. Let's add our bricks. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright, so now you just do the same thing to both sides. Let's go do the ends real quick, because the ends shouldn't take too long. Hooks, since it's only one. And then we can go nighty-night. Alright, so stairs. Stairs. More stairs. One more layer of stairs. Now let's get rid of all the stone here. Replace it with the bricks. Alright, now let's add our bricks in here. Doot, 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 doot. I'm going to try to make a different sound each time I place a block. Doot, 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 doot. Boom, boom, boom. Caw, 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 caw. Alright, and then let's just keep the one on the end for now. Let's see. What else could we do? Well, first, nighttime. Me, 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 me. Dr. Pepper. Alright, so let's go finish up here. So, up here, what we're going to do is where we have our last piece of cyan wool, or whatever color you're going to use. We're going to take out our stone, and we're going to make a really big floor. I really wouldn't say a big floor, but a bigger floor. You might notice on the other levels, the walkway, when you get in, is only 3 blocks, or 2 blocks actually, because the 3rd block is placed by the wall. And so, you only have 2 blocks of walking area, and so up here is gonna be a little bit bigger since it's the last level. We don't have to worry about another level up here, and so it's gonna be a little bit bigger. And then what we're gonna do with that is we're gonna make I say we're gonna make this maybe 5 instead of the usual 3. So let's do this on every end. So again, a lot of repetition with each side, but in the end it's all worth it. Do, 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 do. I'm actually really excited to get the stadium done. I've been wanting to do the stadium for a while. The only problem is, with making videos every Wednesday and Friday, I wasn't recording ahead of schedule. And so it's kind of hard to make new videos when I had to worry about all the new ones. And so, I'm like 3 houses ahead of schedule in my recording now. And so that frees up a lot of free time to build stuff like this. So the more time I get ahead of schedule with the houses and stuff like that, the more videos and tutorials like this you're going to get, just because it frees up a little bit more of my time. So I can say, okay, so this house is already done, I just have to upload the video. And then I could always do this, because I've always wanted to make a tutorial like that. And so hopefully a lot of people will like that. So you might notice houses number, I think, 26 and 27. Those houses are done already. They were done before Title 12 comes out. And so you might notice even when Title 12 is out that those videos are still off Title 12. And again, that's just because that I recorded ahead of schedule. And so don't be alarmed like, oh, why didn't you use upside down stairs in this video? Because Title 12 is out. I recorded it ahead of schedule, so that's why you're not going to see the upside down stairs and stuff like that. I will say house number 27 is one of my favorite houses, and it's actually a very special episode or house, just because I don't want to spoil anything, but it's something I'm trying to think of how to describe it without giving it away. I made it using something I usually don't use in Minecraft, so hopefully you guys will like it. Some people might be kind of worried that I'm changing my channel, but I'm not. I'm always gonna stick. Nah, never mind. I don't want to spoil it. When house number 27 comes out, you'll see what I'm talking about. I just don't want to spoil it for you guys, because it is something kind of special. Oh, that's taking so long. Is this the 4th layer or 5th? Can't really tell. I have not been counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sweet. Got that one done. I got that one done. I don't know how to sing. My voice cracked there. It cracked everywhere. Dun 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 dun. Alright, so we're almost done with this big wall up here. Then some people might be asking, are you going to add a Jumbotron? Jumbotron, probably not, just because it's kind of hard to make a Jumbotron look perfectly scaled to the stadium. This stadium, it's not too big, in my opinion, because I've made a lot bigger one. And so this one's kind of small to me. And trying to make a Jumbotron that's going to look proportional to the actual size of the stadium is going to be kind of hard, and I really don't think it would look right. So Jumbotron, probably not. You can always add one if you want. They're not really too hard to make. Just use like gray wool or black wool. But I'm not going to make one just because I don't think it's going to help make the stadium look that much better. We are going to be adding lights to the roof. The lights aren't going to go all the way down to the stadium. There's going to be more for aesthetics. The roof, again, it's going to be going with the outline of the actual stadium itself, which we are almost there. So we actually might get to the outline today, but the walls and stuff we might get to in part, either the next part or in part 4. So I'm trying to think ahead of schedule and like think of like, okay, when stuff going to be done, because the roof, I already know that's going to be done in part 3, and so you guys can already know what we're gonna be doing in part 3. Part 4, like I said, probably the outside of the stadium. Part 5, might start working on the floors of the stadium and connecting each floor with each other. All right, so we're almost here. I believe this is the last row. I believe so. And then we're gonna make a wall going all the way up. And the wall is probably going to be 4 tall. And then that's where the roof's going to start. And then we might be able to get some of the roof done today. I know, I'm like really indecisive right now. But suck it up, guys. I don't care. I'm trying to think. And that's a rare thing for me, alright? So we're on layer 3. So after this layer, we have one more layer. Guys, what's that equal? I know math is really hard these days. But that will equal 5, in case you guys didn't know. I feel like it's taking forever, but it's not really taking that long. Oh, I love Dr. Pepper. I will say, if I didn't have Dr. Pepper, this video would not be as energizing. Dr. Pepper really helps me stay awake and focus. No, I really wouldn't say focus, but it helps a little bit, I guess you could say. Alright, so we're okay. So now we can see kind of the outline. So now we're going to add a wall going all the way around this. But what we're going to do is we're going to use stone still. Let's take some more swiftness. Instead of placing it on this block, we're going to have it come diagonal. Just to save some time, I don't want to go all the way back around again. So I'm just going to save some time and just make it come diagonal. So up here on the top level, we're going to have a lot of walking room, to say the least. So let's turn this. And so let's make the wall 4 tall. And then on the 4th block is where the roof's actually gonna start. And then we might be able to get some of the roof done today, because we're only at what, 18 minutes, so we're almost at 20 minutes. And so the roof, fairly easy to make. Basically, the outside of the stadium is where the roof's going to come into play once we actually make that. But we need this wall done in order to make the outline of the roof. So you'll see. So much thinking ahead of schedule. And so I really want to show you guys my stadium, but I've been debating, should I show you guys what my old stadium looks like at the end of the video or at the very end of the series, like when this stadium is all done. Because my other one isn't fully done. The outside is, but the inside's not even close to being done. I never even really started it. But let's put it this way. Imagine this stadium times 2. And that's how big my other stadium is. So my other stadium is pretty big. If you're actually standing on one end of the, like all the way up on the top level, looking across the stadium, you actually won't be able to see the other wall of the other stadium. That's how long it is. Alright, let's turn this. So just 2 more layers to go, and then we might be able to start on the roof, guys. So we might get a little bit more done than I anticipated, which is the great thing. Down, 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 down. I can't sing those kind of songs. Copyright. Stupid copyright laws and issues. I will say that if you do want to start making a YouTube channel and you want to get bigger, don't use any music, because I will tell you now, if you want to get partnered with somebody, if you have any music on your channel which is copyrighted, you will not be allowed to be partnered just because you have copyright infringement material on your channel. So don't use any music that you don't have permission to use. Some partnerships, they will allow you to use certain music that they say, okay, we'll give you the music you can use from a library, and you have to choose from all of this. And so there is some music you can use, but you have to be careful with what you use. Alright, so we're back, and so we are going to get to the roof. So we're going to get it started, and I can show you guys how to make it. So what we're going to do is, since we have this wall stacked up 4, what we're going to do is we're going to come to the ends. We're going to start wide, like on the wide sides, and then work on the long, like on the width or length. Alright, so the roof, it's going to come all the way out to, if we come to the second level, and if you're close to the glass panes, the second layer of cyan wool here is where the roof is going to come up to. So we can take some stone for the meantime and have it come all the way out to here. So the roof is basically going to follow the outline of this here. So if we just make a pillar here on the corner, get rid of this one. Alright, if I can fly, there we go. So now let's make a wall. I'm just gonna come down here so I know right here. Let's have this come all the way out from the 4th block to here. What we're gonna do is get rid of this pillar now. Alright, so the roof is gonna just start going, just following that outline of the cyan wool we just placed it on. So now we come all the way around doing this. So then what we're gonna do is, once we have the outline, we're gonna fill the rest of it in behind it, just to the left. Went a little bit too far. So it needs to be, is that right? Just to be safe, I'm going to build up. I would suggest doing that because it will actually save you time in the long run, just in case you mess up and you realize it. Alright, so I did have it in the right spot. Now we turn it again. Alright, so we can turn it again. I believe I need to get rid of 1 block. Yep. Alright, now we can turn it 1 more time. I actually mean to turn it 2 more times. But anyways. Alright, so let's extend this out after my swiftness runs out. Perfect timing, swiftness. Thank you very much. Alright, so we're extending it still. Alright, so I believe it needs to come up here. Head in the right spot again. Man, I'm good. Got it perfectly. Alright, so now let's extend this out and connect them with each other. And then I will give you guys homework again. I'm like a teacher. I'm teaching. Alright, so now what we're going to do is, you see where this line of stone is? What we're going to do is you're going to take out your stone again. Now everything behind this rectangle, you're going to fill in with stone. So yes, it will take some time. I would suggest getting some friends to help you. So you're just going to fill all this in all the way around the stadium. And then in part 3, we will get started on the roof. Or actually, if you finish the roof, we won't be working on the roof in part 3. Excuse me. I still have that stuck in my head. We're going to get started on working on, what's it called? The outside of the stadium and the design of it. And so, if you guys get this done, when we get to part 3, you guys will be ahead of the schedule, and you guys won't have to wait to do all of this. So, again, I'm going to give you guys some homework to do before part 3. So again, in part 3, we are going to work on the outline of the stadium and trying to finish up the outside. So thanks for watching, guys. Please rate and subscribe. Don't forget to do that homework. Otherwise, nothing.